History whispers in the radio static, through broken towers and glowing screens. The same old story dressed up in new uniforms. The same old thunder behind the machines. Once it began with a pistol in Sarajevo, a carriage ride through a nervous street. One gunshot echoing through alliances, a spark in a forest of gasoline treaties. Empires trembled like glass on a table. Lines on a map became graves in the mud. And boys with letters from home in their pockets learned how a continent drowns in blood. Trenches carved like scars in the earth, wire and poison and endless rain. 4 years of proving a single moment can teach the whole world how to suffer with pain. And when the silence finally settled and the cannons stopped their roar, the ink of peace was written in anger, and that only sharpened the knives of war. Then a man came with a promise of thunder, a flag raised high in a wounded land, rage dressed up as destiny speaking through the march of a marching band. Tanks rolled out like iron thunder. Bombers painted the sky with flame. Cities folded like burning paper. The whole world learned the tyrant's name. Pearl Harbor woke the sleeping giant. Sirens screaming across the sea. Every nation became a soldier in a war for what the world would be. From Normandy's tide to Stalingrad's winter, from Hiroshima's terrible light, history carved into the memory of mankind the price of winning the global fight. But ashes never stay silent forever. The embers glow beneath the snow, and every generation forgets the reason the old men begged them not to go. Now the screens glow blue in the darkness, with maps and arrows and distant cries. A battlefield stretching across the internet, under satellites watching eyes. Missiles whisper across borders between Russia and Ukraine, where history and empire argue again through thunder of rockets and drones and flames. Across the water, the straits grow restless, Taiwan watching the horizon line, while China's shadow moves like weather over shipping lanes and coded signs. In the desert where old kingdoms crumble and prophets echo through the shattered stone, a new war rises from the ancient stories the world has never left alone. America stands with one eye on the ocean, one eye on the ghost of wars before, wondering how many sparks are burning in the powder room of the world's next war. The alliances whisper like dominoes, lined up quietly on a shelf. Every treaty a promise to fight for someone other than yourself. The weapons are now quiet and distant, a button, a drone, a silent scream. But the fear is louder than ever imagined, of a war the world has never seen. Because somewhere deep in the missile silos sleeps the sons we learn to fear. Thousands of mornings waiting to happen in the shadow of World War III. And history sits like an old storyteller, watching the children repeat the rhyme that pride makes kings and fools of leaders, and every war begins with time. It begins with borders drawn by strangers, with flags raised high and fists held tight, with promises shouted through microphones about honor, freedom, wrong, and right. It begins with whispers about security, about strengths, about who must fall, until whispers grow to thunder, and the thunder swallows us all. So listen close to the echoes of Sarajevo, to the sirens over London's night, to the voices of ghosts from every trench, begging us not to start the fight. Because the past is not a memory. It's a warning carved in stone. that the world was nearly ended before from men who thought they stood alone. And tonight, the earth spins quietly, but the tension hums beneath the skin, like a match held close to dry old history, waiting for the wind. Somewhere a sleeping child is peaceful, while generals stare at glowing maps. The question drifts across the planet. Will we learn or just relapse? Into the thunder, into the fire, into the anthem of empire and wire, into the moment history feared. When the world finally whispers,